What's up, locas? It's Jasmine back here with another video. Y'all already know. So, how are y'all? What are you guys up to? How y'all been? Like, bitch, I'm back with another fucking lit ass video. Just kidding, it's not that lit, but you know, we're gonna be getting lit. So, jumping right into this video by the title of the video. If y'all didn't know, I do have two dads, and we're going to talk about why I have two dads. And it's kind of like my story. It was a little sentimental for me, but if you guys are wondering where my lashes are from, they're from nowhere. I'm just kidding. I got them from AliExpress, and I stacked them, so don't ask what kind of style they are. The story on how I have two dads. So we're just gonna jump right into the first story, like to the beginning, as of when I was a kid. So as I can remember, I have my dad Sam. So remember, he's my dad Sam, and he's took care of me. That's weird. Okay, how am I gonna start this video? Hold on, let me take another hit. Okay, as a little girl, I have two sisters and a mom and a dad. And me growing up, we were all the same. To me, we all got the same blood, you know, we're all the same. You know, we come from one daddy, we come from one mommy. So, you know, we've lived in Elgin. I don't know if you guys know where that is, but I lived in Elgin since kindergarten through 4th grade. The best years of my life. I remember them. Like, I was a fucking kid. I got to be a kid. But anyways, back to the story. We always got to play outside. My mom was always working, so my dad was kind of like a stay-at-home parent. So he was kind of like a dumb bitch in a relationship. Nah, just kidding. I love you, Dad. But sometimes it'd be off and on where my mom's staying home. He goes to work. He would fire. My mom will go to work, he'll stay home. So it's kind of like an off and on thing for a while, like a long time, years. So I remember always looking at him, and he was just so dark. And I'm white. Like, before I had this tan, before I got these tan, girl, I was super white. I am white, I'm still white, so I don't care. And compared to my sisters, like, they were super like super dark, right? So I was just like, why am I always like, I just had the thought in my mind, but I never thought that I had a different dad or anything like that. I just didn't think of it. So I remember my mom was gone one day, and I asked my dad, I was like, Dad, why am I so light? You're so dark, Jada's so dark, Janelle's so dark, Mom's so dark. Why am I so white? He was like, Mija, maybe because you don't go outside that much. And I was like, Dad, like, I go outside all the time. Because when I was living in Elgin, my mom let us go outside every day. As long as we had our homework done, we got to be outside before the lights came on outside, the street lights. So we had to be back in before dark or the lights came on. And so, man, I was always outside, dude. I had so much friends. I was even in a skateboard crew. I was the only girl in it, and I really don't remember, like, they remember, but it's called the SODs, Skateboarders on Deck. Oh my god, I was such a nerd. I had helmet hair. I made somebody buy me, I had the skateboard, I had the knee pads, I had the elbow pads, I had the fucking helmet, I had it all. I had skater shoes. Like, I was so into that shit. I was so nerdy. So nerdy. I can't really stress that enough. I was so nerdy, dude. I even play with those tech decks, the skateboarders, and I know how to do tricks with my fingers. and I bought like the utensils to fix them and the bullets and everything. Long story short, I was always outside. I was like, Dad, I'm always outside. I'm more outside than my sisters, because at the time I was a little older than them, so I was outside. I was allowed to be outside all the time. And just nothing came up. And then I think on my 7th birthday, it was just a regular day this time, where like I didn't get a party, I didn't do anything. It was just oh, it's my birthday today, like it's a regular day. And I remember my aunt, she would watch us. She lived like around the apartments. She just lived right there, so she'd watch us when my mom would go to work. And my aunt calls me into the room and she's like, Mija, your mom wants you to go home. You can go walk home. And I was like, just myself? Like, just me? She's like, yeah. So my head, I'm thinking, okay, wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. So before all of that, before my birthday and all, my dad and my mom would always fight. It was nothing new. They just didn't ever work in a relationship. That was just them. He got arrested, so I didn't get to see him for a while. I mean, I was used to it at the time. He would say he's going away for school, but I knew he got in trouble and he was getting locked up. So how do you say it? Okay, so after all that, he wasn't home. It was just my mom. So when I went home, and I'm thinking, wow, okay, it's my birthday. Why did my mom let me go home by myself? Maybe she got a surprise for me. My 7-year-old ass, I'm thinking, it's a bike. I'm about to give me a bike. Because at the time, I remembered I really wanted a fucking bike. I was so tired of riding my skateboard. I wanted a bike. I wanted to be cool. Because people started like using their bikes for skateboards. So I was just like, what the hell? I want a skateboard. I want a bike now. So I go upstairs, and like my apartment, like you have to open a door, and it's like this doorway for you to go upstairs to actually see everything. If that makes any sense. I hope it does. So I go upstairs and I see this guy sitting on my couch, and like he has a whole bunch of tattoos. He looks like a cholo. And when I was little, I was so into cholos, right? And every time my mom had a boyfriend, I'd always be like, ooh, mom, you did a good job, whatever, you know? So I walked in and I got so shy. I was like, why are you shy for? I was like, you did a good job. I'm 7. I was like, you did a good job. She's like, stop. Like, she never did that before, but she's like, stop, Jasmine, stop. And I was just like, damn. Okay, mom. You're the one who tells me to check them out to see if they're okay. So she introduces me to this guy that's sitting on his couch. To me, I'm thinking like, this is my mom's boyfriend. Cool. So he's like, what's up? And I was like, hey, you know, we got to meet each other. Reminding you, I'm 7 years old. I remember we went to go get something to eat. Anyways, when we came back from eating, we sat on this couch or whatever. My mom was like, Mija, I have something to tell you. I was like, what is it? And she was like, you can't be mad at me. And I was like, why would I be mad at you? It's my birthday, like. And she's sitting on the left side of me. And he's sitting on the right. My mom was like, you can't be mad at me. And I was like, okay. And she was like, Mija, this is your real dad. I have no idea. But as soon as she ended that sentence, I pushed him away from me and I just hugged my mom and cried and cried and cried so hard, because I love my dad, Sam. And to me, meeting this guy that I didn't know, someone telling me this is my father, then I thought my other father was like taking care of me for my 7 years of my life. I was like, no, get him away from me. I didn't say anything, but that's how I felt. Like, I cried. I couldn't stop crying. I was like, what about my dad, Sam? I love my dad, Sam. He's my daddy. And I remember that his name's Christian. I don't know why I didn't introduce his name, but his name's Christian. And he got up and he started crying and he left the house. And then he came back later after I stopped crying. Then, like, you know, we started talking and stuff. Then I got to meet my real dad. I remember we would go to the park, we'd go out for walks. Like, I don't know, it was so cool. After I stopped crying and stuff, it was so cool to me to, like, stand by this guy that I see some resemblance. Like, I loved to draw. And when I met him, he told me that he was a tattoo artist and he can draw. And he drew my eye like exactly how it looked. Like, my dad, my father, he's very artistic. But yeah. So I guess he flew back. He flew down to Texas to see me. By the way, it's so weird. I didn't say this in the clip. I don't know why, but the reason why I didn't meet my real father till I was 7 is because he was in prison for 10 years of his life. So most of my mom's pregnancy and like while I was, you know. So yeah. So he went back to Texas. I know who he is, right? So I get to call him. And so my dad comes out, Sam. And he's just, I hear him. I'm in my room and my sister's just sleeping. And I'm still so little. But I hear my dad. And I'm so happy he's home. I don't know why I didn't open the door. Maybe because I knew he was drinking. That's why I didn't open the door. But my dad, my mom told him that I know who my real father is. And I think he started crying. He's like, why would you do that? And my mom was like, I think it was time, you know, you're not her real dad, you know, she's gonna wonder. And he found us, like, you know. And I was like, he was just like, no. And I remember I had school the next day. And he was like, can I see her? And I was like, she was like, yeah, go ahead. I think she's asleep though. But I wasn't. I was never asleep. When my mom and my dad was talking or arguing, I was never asleep. I would always listen to him. I would always listen to him and stay up just in case anything happened. But he opened the door and he was like, Jasmine, I know you're not asleep. Hey, baby. I'm talking about how I have 2 dads. Opened my room door and he was like, Jasmine, I know you're not asleep. Like, he's my dad. He knows his daughter. So I was like, no. He was like, come here. I was like, okay. So, I go to the living room and I sit on his lap. And he was like, so. I don't remember the exact words, but I could kind of like say something similar. But he was like, you know I'm your dad, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm your only dad, okay? It's like, nobody else is your dad. I love you. And he had this raspy voice like he's been drinking. And he was crying while he says that. And he's like, you're gonna stay home from school. It's like, really, Dad? And he's like, yeah, you're gonna spend time with me. He was so sad. So I remember that day. He was very sad. But you know what? As a kid growing up, sometimes he would be he would say I wasn't his daughter only because he'd be drinking. And I don't blame him. I'm not mad at him for that. Like, I can explain it. But that's kind of why, another reason why I had a thought, maybe, like, why am I so white? But to me, a father is a biological. So that's Christian. And my dad, Sam, he's my daddy. He took care of me. But now my dad, Sam, he's doing good. He works and stuff. He's not with my mom no more. They haven't been together for like over 10 years, 15 years. My father in Texas, he's doing really good. We have a really close relationship. I lived with him for 2 years growing up, like my 15 to 16 years. I was like 15 or 16 years old. I lived with him for like 2 years. So I mean, we're all very good. We're all good now, but I felt like I felt like I had to explain that situation to you guys, because there's going to be posts of me saying, oh, like, this is my dad, and then I'm pretty sure you guys seen another guy on my story that's, I said, Lil, this is my dad, and I don't want you guys to be like, how many fucking dads does she got? So I felt like, you know, you guys are my family, and you guys should be a part of my family and know about my family. And to all the fellas out there that actually, you guys probably don't watch me, but if there's any guys out there that watch me, and you guys step up and be a stepfather, you know, that's a good thing to do. Like, be a good dad to, you know, whoever you take care of. Just always be there for them. Don't say you're gonna be there for them and leave. So, and yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell button to get all the notifications every time I post my videos. And dude, give me more ideas, because I am trying to pop them out, trying to edit them, trying to go in and out with them, you know. I'm trying to do more videos for you guys. I've been lacking really hard, and I do apologize, you guys. I apologize. But you guys stay lit, because that's all you can do nowadays. Bye.